Daniel Mail here. I wanted to give a unboxing of sorts in analyzing a new article that just came out in Calcalist. It's in Hebrew using Google Translate into English, so I can be a little bit more precise for the purpose of initial reaction here to this article. It's titled Recycling Corps. This is how the IDF refurbishes equipment worth hundreds of millions of shekels a year. Torn uniforms, tattered hats, and worn vests, they all end up at one of the 6 IDF workshops, whose job is to recycle damaged military equipment, and since October 7th, they have been working around the clock to keep up. And you'll also meet the image maker who sews the uniform of soldier number 1. And the center of Tal Shomer base is one of the 6 IDF workshops established as part of the activities of the General Supply Center and the Technology and Logistics Division, which is responsible for supplying food, logistical equipment, medical equipment, etc., etc. Huge warehouse, dozens of large storage containers are placed full of uniforms and military equipment that has seen better days, which were transferred by all IDF units from the battlefield and bases with the aim of rehabilitating and reusing it. Okay, it's going to be interesting to see what they're talking about when it comes to military equipment that's seen better days, because that's actually a step up if they actually had all the equipment. And not just missing. These are mainly textile items such as uniforms, coats, and sleeping bags, but are also protective equipment such as helmets and vests, and even medical equipment and refrigerators that need refreshing. The process of restoring damaged equipment includes several stations. In the first restoration route of textile and protective equipment, in the first stage, the equipment is scanned in a large X-ray machine like those at the airport, and items that could endanger the workers in the restoration process are extracted, such as various types of ammunition. Now, there are some of us that have actually been calling for X-rays to be in the field to examine broken and damaged plates, ceramic plates, because you can actually detect if there is an issue. And it's interesting that that isn't necessarily included in this first part here. This procedure is critical since some of the equipment is being rehabilitated at the IPS employment centers, which have been enlisted to assist this year as part of the center's intense activities in the Iron Swords War, et cetera, et cetera. After the equipment is cleared of unnecessary items, he works a truck to another building where the laundry is located, washing machines, volunteers. Okay. At the same time, in another building called the upholstery department, protective equipment is being repaired. Helmets are receiving new straps, and vests are undergoing comprehensive treatment so they can return to the battlefield and serve the soldiers in the best way possible. What does that mean? Is there any sense of the year, the date, manufacturing, where it's been in combat, or if it's been in storage? Let's see. Bunch of sewing machines. The IDF workshops managed to make usable between 70 and 80% of items that return to inventory after restoration work. But what happens to equipment that cannot? There's a disposable. They get rid of it. Okay, this article is a bunch of nothing. I don't care where you send a plate that has cracks in it. If it's from 1997, it's not fit for combat. Or if you have a plate from 2023 that has a lot of cracks in it, it's also not fit for combat and should be replaced to preserve the safety of the soldier. Yet another article that doesn't actually address any of the issues that the soldiers are facing.